So today I'm going to be talking about James Kestrel's The 5 Decembers. Now, James Kestrel is in fact a pseudonym for Jonathan Moore, who is a crime, horror and thriller writer. Published by Hard Case Crime, and in fact I have never read a Hard Case Crime book before, but I've seen them around because they all have a very distinct cover. I was looking on my bookshelf and I just happened upon this book here, Call Me a Cab, which I have never read before, but is in fact another Hard Case Crime published book. And by the way, if you are watching this and you have read this, is it any good? Because I was thinking of maybe adding it to my reading list. But anyhow, you can see they all have a very similar kind of style front cover. You kind of know a Hard Case Crime book as soon as you look at it. I think some people are either going to love or hate these covers. Weirdly, I'm kind of in between. I don't mind them too much. However, I have never seen a book before that so perfectly encapsulates the idea of don't judge a book by its cover, because I imagine a lot of people being put off by the way this cover looks, and it does not do justice to the absolute magic within it. The book follows Joe McGrady, a detective in Honolulu, Hawaii. Joe McGrady is drinking his whiskey at a bar, as all kind of noir-y detectives do, when he gets a call from his superior to go check out a murder in a barn on the outskirts of town. What follows is a set of twists and turns as McGrady tries to figure out the mystery of the dead body. And my lord, I could not predict this book whatsoever. It is backdropped by World War II. In fact, we start just before the beginning of America's involvement in World War II, before Pearl Harbor was hit. So we are in that sort of December 7th, I believe. I'm not very good with dates. And in essence, this book takes place across 5 Decembers. So we follow Joe McGrady as he goes on his travels, how the war impacts his investigation, and how he never stops, he can never let go of this case. And the backdrop of World War II, where he travels to Hong Kong, Japan, it's such an epic journey that he goes on. This is an absolute staple of what you want from this kind of story. The prose is completely stripped back. It's bare bones. There is no meat on it whatsoever. It gets straight to the point and it keeps you going. It is an absolute page turner. It is everything that you want from a crime thriller. And the backdrop of the World War II just adds this extra element to the kind of conflict that's happening within McGrady, what he's trying to do, the mystery he's trying to figure out, but also trying to escape the perils of World War II. This book is also about love and what Joe is willing to do for that love. And even those elements of the book keep you guessing, as there are quite a few female characters in this that have a kind of connection to Joe. Now, I don't want to give too many things away because this book is all about the journey. It's about the twists and the turns. It's about you being with Joe and going through it, feeling the tension in those moments and striving to try and puzzle and figure out the mystery as best you can. This is not a character study book. Joe is your average Joe. I mean, he's called Joe. It's all very on the nose. In that typical kind of pulp crime fiction writing style, it keeps things really sparse because it's about the story. It is about the journey you're going on. It is not a kind of character study. But saying that, what makes this book different from others I've read of its genre is it takes its time in moments to really slow down, to give us access to Joe's kind of feelings and thoughts and those moments of connection. We are getting a well-rounded character here. We're not getting a character study. We're not figuring out everything about Joe, about his past, about what his real sort of like dreams and feelings are. Even though they are kind of included, it keeps things simple but layered enough that you end up investing a little bit more than you thought you would. Now, I've heard people say that this book takes about 100 pages to get into. I didn't find that. Page 10, I was in. I was absolutely going on this journey with Joe. I found it fascinating from the off. Some people have said that this book slows down in the middle. I didn't find that at all. I found that moment in the middle was a moment of reflection for us to kind of take stock of where we are, to think about and contemplate, where are we going to end up? Where is this story going? And then the final section of the book, it just keeps you moving. It builds and it builds and it builds. This book is one of the best books of its ilk that I have read in a very long time. I love the characters. I love the pacing. I love the writing style. I love the setting. And I love the kind of twists and turns and everything that came with it. I'm just a big fan of it. Now, this isn't literary fiction. As I said, this isn't a character study. This isn't going to sort of change your world in any way. But if you are looking for a bloody good time, if you enjoy a thriller within a historical setting, you're going to have a really good time. Now, if I'm going to give this a rating based upon other books of its style, it's 5 stars. It's a 5-star read. So if you enjoy crime, thrillers, historical fiction or historical thrillers, this will probably be a 4 to 5-star book for you. If you kind of dabble a little bit in books of this style, but it's not really your thing, but you're a bit interested, I would say it might end up being around a 3.5. You would find it very good, but you might not be like, I don't understand what all the hype is about. But if you adore and love books of this style, then I would say this is a must read. It's at the top of the crop. It's really bloody good. Right, I'm going to stop right there, otherwise I'm just going to keep on rambling, as I always do. But in the comments below, please let me know, have you heard of this book, or have you read this book? And if so, what did you think about it? Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.